Hey, coin lovers! Have you ever found a penny on the sidewalk and thought, what if this little guy is worth a small fortune? Well, today, we're diving into a penny that's definitely worth more than its face value, way more. I'm talking about the 1967 no mint mark Lincoln penny. You won't believe its value. Stick around to find out how a simple penny could be worth a whopping $1.80 million. Now, I know what you're thinking, a penny? That's gotta be a mistake. But nope, this isn't your average copper circle. We're about to talk about a coin that could make you a millionaire, and we're going to break down exactly why this penny is way more than just spare change. So, let's get into it, buddy. Alright, first things first. The 1967 no mint mark Lincoln penny isn't like your typical penny. Normally, every penny minted by the US has a mint mark, showing where it was made, like D for Denver, S for San Francisco, or P for Philadelphia. But here's the kicker: the 1967 penny, for whatever quirky reason, was minted without a mint mark. A simple mistake, right? Well, it turns out, this little error made this penny worth millions. Picture this: you're going through your change at the store, and you find a 1967 penny without a mint mark. You might think, it's just another penny, right? Wrong. You could be holding a ticket to a very big payday. The scarcity of this specific error made it a prime target for collectors, which is exactly why this penny can go for as much as $1.8 million in the current market. Now, let's break this down a little. Imagine you're at a yard sale, and you find an old jar of pennies. You're like, oh great, just what I needed, more junk. But then you spot that 1967 penny, and suddenly, your heart skips a beat. Why? Because you know the value of it. So, just like that, your hobby of collecting pennies could turn into a full-blown treasure hunt. It's like that feeling when you discover that secret menu item at your favorite fast food joint that no one knows about, except this one is worth a whole lot more than just a burger. And here's the funny part: I actually had a similar experience once. I was at a garage sale, just trying to score some cheap old records, by the way, when I noticed a jar of coins sitting in the corner. The seller didn't even seem to care about them, so I thought I'd take a look. I started flipping through the pennies, and I found a few from the 1940s, which were kinda cool. But then, in the middle of the jar, I found a 1967 penny with no mint mark. My heart literally raced. I didn't even know what I had at first. Fortunately, I had my phone on me, so I quickly checked it out. Let me tell you, I felt like I'd just discovered buried treasure. Simple rarity. You see, the 1967 no mint mark Lincoln penny was originally meant to be minted in Philadelphia, but a lot of them somehow got out into circulation without the mint mark. And while errors like this aren't super rare, this particular one is hard to come by. Collectors and numismatists, that's a fancy word for coin experts, love chasing down these little mistakes because they know that a coin with an unusual history or characteristic can be worth a lot of money. Plus, there are just not that many of these pennies in circulation anymore. Time has done its work, many were lost, worn out, or melted down. So, if you find one, you've got a gold mine, well, a penny mine, anyway. So, the next time you're at a garage sale, or even just walking around, take a second to check your pennies. You might just find that rare gem worth a fortune. If you happen to have one of these 1967 no mint mark pennies in your collection, congratulations, you're sitting on $1.80 million. And hey, if you're serious about finding more coins like this and diving deeper into the world of coin collecting, make sure to hit that subscribe button. I'll keep bringing you tips, tricks, and strategies to find coins that could turn your spare change into serious cash. And, let's face it, who doesn't love the idea of finding a coin worth millions? Leave a comment below if you've ever found a rare coin or if you're planning to go hunting for these treasures. I'd love to hear your stories. And don't forget to share this video with your friends, because we all know someone who's just dying to know what's in their old coin jar. Okay, I know what you're thinking: a penny worth $1 million? Yeah, right. But trust me, folks, this one isn't just any penny. It's the 1973 no mint mark Lincoln penny, and it's worth a whopping $1.1 million. Yes, you heard me correctly, a penny that could change your life if you have the right one hidden in your pocket. Stick around, because today we're going to dive into why this little copper coin is so valuable and how you can spot it among the other pennies in your jar. Oh, and don't go spending it just yet. Let's break this down. So, what makes the 1973 no mint mark penny such a big deal? Well, first things first, let's talk about the mint mark or the lack of it. Normally, pennies have a little letter on them indicating where they were made: D for Denver, S for San Francisco, or P for Philadelphia. But the 1973 penny? No mint mark at all. And let me tell you, that tiny little omission is a huge deal. You see, in 1973, most pennies were stamped with a mint mark. But for whatever reason, a small batch of pennies came out of the Philadelphia Mint without one. This little mistake? Massive money if you've got one. Imagine this: you're digging through a jar of old pennies, looking for a little extra change for the vending machine. And then, bam! You find one. You check it twice. Nope, it doesn't say D or S, it's just a plain old 1973 penny. At first, you're like, cool, a regular penny. But little do you know, this could be your ticket to the big time. Now, I know what you're thinking: how could a penny like that possibly be worth a fortune? Well, folks, it's all about rarity. You see, because these 1973 pennies slipped through the cracks, they were never meant to be released into circulation. The fact that they exist today makes them extremely rare, and in the world of coins, rare equals valuable. Fast forward to today, and if you've got one of these hidden in your collection, you could be sitting on a small fortune, $1.1 million worth of fortune. Yes, it's true, a single penny, that's how much it could go for in top condition. And, let's be real, I bet a lot of us have tossed around pennies without a second thought. But now, you know better. The next time you find one of these, I want you to hold it up and ask, is this the $1 million penny? Spoiler alert, it just might be. So, how can you spot a 1973 no mint mark penny? First, look for the year, 1973. Check that it's a regular penny, and then, this is key, inspect the reverse. There's no mint mark. It's that simple. But, of course, condition matters. If it's all scratched up or worn down, it's probably not going to fetch a fortune. But in mint condition? You're looking at a coin that's literally worth more than its weight in gold. Now, here's where it gets exciting. This story isn't over yet. If you've got a 1973 no mint mark penny, go ahead and take a closer look. You might be holding a literal gold mine in your hands. And if you don't have one yet, don't worry. There are plenty of other rare coins out there, and trust me, I've got you covered with all the tips and tricks you need to find them. And hey, if you enjoyed this little treasure hunt, make sure to hit that subscribe button for more tips on coins worth money. I've got a ton of fun, valuable coin stories to share, and who knows, your next coin might be worth a lot more than you think. Until next time, happy hunting, and remember, you never know what you've got in your pocket. Hey, coin lovers! Did you know that there's a penny out there that's worth more than most people's car? Yep, you heard me right. We're talking about the 2016 no mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny, and it could be worth a jaw-dropping $1.2 million. I know, it sounds crazy, right? But stick around, because we're about to dive into the fascinating world of this little coin and why it's fetching such a high price. Trust me, by the end of this video, you'll be checking your penny jar, your couch cushions, and maybe even your grandma's old coin collection for this gem. Now, let's get into it. The 2016 no mint mark penny isn't your typical coin. Most of the time, when you think about valuable pennies, you think of old ones, like those from the 1900s, or ones with rare mint errors. But this 2016 penny? It's a little different, and that's why it's causing such a stir in the numismatic world. So, what makes this 2016 penny so special? Well, here's the deal: the US Mint typically stamps a mint mark on coins to tell you where they were made. You've got your D for Denver, your P for Philadelphia, and your S for San Francisco. But in 2016, a small batch of pennies came out with no mint mark at all. That's right, no mint mark. And while it might sound like a mistake, in the world of coin collecting, this is a big deal. In fact, that tiny detail is what's helping push the value of this coin to over $1 million. And now, I know what you're probably thinking, but wait, it's just a penny. How could it be worth so much? Well, let me tell you a little secret. It's all about rarity and demand. You see, not every 2016 penny is without a mint mark, and that's exactly what makes it so valuable. These pennies are considered error coins, and in the coin collecting world, errors are like finding a hidden treasure. The more rare and unique the error, the higher the price tag. But hold on, let me tell you a story from my own life. A few years ago, I found a 1960-something penny at the bottom of my change jar. I thought, hey, this is just a regular penny, and I tossed it into my nothing special pile. I didn't think much of it until a friend mentioned that there was a rare 1960 penny with a special error. I had to go back through my pile, and guess what? Yep, I had missed out on a valuable coin. Don't make the same mistake I did. You never know what could be hiding in your pocket change. So, back to the 2016 no mint mark penny. If you happen to find one, it's important to get it verified by a professional. You can take it to a coin dealer or even send it off to a grading service to make sure it's authentic. And let me tell you, if it's genuine, it could be worth a small fortune. You might even be able to retire early and live off your newfound penny collection. Okay, maybe not retire, but you get the idea. Alright, so here's the deal. The 2016 no mint mark penny could be your ticket to a little extra cash. So, next time you're digging through your change, or maybe your grandma's coin jar, make sure you're keeping an eye out for this beauty. But hey, even if you don't find one, remember that there are plenty of other valuable coins out there just waiting to be discovered. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of rare coins, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. I'll be sharing more tips, tricks, and stories about coins worth a lot of money. Trust me, you won't want to miss out. Who knows, maybe one day, we'll both be talking about how we sold our $1,000,000 pennies. Hey there, coin lovers! Welcome back to the channel. Imagine this, you're going through your spare change jar, just casually looking for a penny to use for a vending machine snack, and then boom, you find a coin worth over $1.3 million. Sounds like a dream, right? But for some lucky folks, it's reality. Today, we're diving into one of the most fascinating pennies you'll ever come across, the 1968 D mint mark Lincoln penny. Now, before you rush to check your couch cushions or your piggy bank, let's talk about why this specific penny is so valuable and how you could potentially cash in on this hidden treasure. First things first, what makes the 1968 D penny so special? Well, it all boils down to a little thing called rarity. While most pennies from 1968 are worth a measly 1 cent, the 1968 D penny is a different breed. It was minted at the Denver Mint, hence the D mint mark, and there's something about how this penny was produced that makes it highly sought after by collectors. Now, you might be thinking, is it just any random 1968 D penny that's worth millions? Unfortunately, not quite. To be worth anywhere near that price tag, the penny has to be in mint condition, meaning it's practically flawless, with no signs of wear and tear. We're talking about a coin that looks like it just came out of the mint yesterday, even though it's been sitting in circulation for decades. And while the 1968 D penny might not be rare in terms of how many were made, there were millions of these produced. The condition and grade of the coin can make it a goldmine for collectors. The ones that are most valuable are those with a unique double die error, where the design appears to be imprinted twice on the coin, one of those happy accidents that coin collectors love to find. You might wonder, how do I know if my 1968 D penny is worth a small fortune? Good question. Most people wouldn't be able to tell just by glancing at it, but don't worry. If you think you might have a gem, it's time to get it graded by a professional. You can't just take your word for it, get a second opinion from the experts who know how to spot a coin's true value. Speaking of finding hidden treasures, let me tell you a little story. I was once going through some old family coins, nothing special, just a bunch of random change from years gone by. I was half watching TV, half sorting through the pennies, and I found a 1960-something penny. I thought, meh, it's probably worth a few cents, maybe. But then, I took a closer look. The details seemed sharper than usual, the edges looked just a tad too clean, and the design was strikingly crisp. It was a 1960s penny, and sure enough, I had stumbled across one with a small minting error. While it wasn't anywhere near as valuable as a 1968 D penny, it made me realize how easy it is to overlook something amazing, even when you're just casually digging through some change. So trust me, don't underestimate that old jar of pennies sitting in your drawer. Now, I know what you're thinking. What are the odds of me finding a 1968 D penny worth $1.3 million? Well, not every day is going to be a big win, but you never know. If you're out there hunting for coins, the 1968 D penny is definitely worth a look. You've got to pay attention to those small details, and who knows? Maybe you'll be the next person to hit the jackpot. Before you go on a full-blown penny hunt, make sure to subscribe to the channel. I'm here to help you find more coins worth money, and trust me, there's a lot of them out there. Hit that bell notification so you don't miss any of the coin hunting tips and strategies I share. And hey, while you're at it, leave a comment below if you've ever found a coin you thought was worth a fortune, or if you've got a crazy coin hunting story of your own. I'd love to hear from you. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you can stay updated on all the tips and tricks to find coins worth money. You could be one lucky coin flip away from your own treasure. Hey there, coin lovers. You've probably heard the saying, don't judge a coin by its cover, right? Well, it couldn't be truer when it comes to the 1973 D-Mint mark Lincoln penny. Yep, you heard me right. A simple penny, from 1973, with the D-Mint mark, could be worth a jaw-dropping $1.4 million. Yes, you didn't mishear that. So, grab your magnifying glass, or just your phone, I'm not judging, and let's dive into why this tiny piece of copper could make you a fortune now. Before you go rummaging through your old coin jars, let's get one thing straight, not every 1973 D penny is worth a small fortune. But here's the deal, if you've got one of these rare gems that just so happens to be in pristine condition, you could be holding on to something pretty special. We're talking about a coin with a market value of up to $1.4 million. Talk about a penny saved is a penny earned moment, right? So, what makes this little guy so valuable? It all comes down to the combination of rarity and condition. In fact, a coin in mint state, meaning it looks like it was just minted yesterday, could fetch that eye-popping amount. But let's be honest, the odds of finding one in that kind of condition are slimmer than my chances of winning a lottery. But hey, someone has to get lucky, right? Let me tell you a quick personal story to put things into perspective. A few years ago, I was cleaning out an old drawer when I stumbled upon a small jar of coins. You know, the kind you collect over the years when you're too lazy to roll them up and take them to the bank. I figured they were just random pennies, nickels, and dimes. But then, I found a 1968 penny. I was like, huh, cool. I put it aside, not thinking much of it. Fast forward a few months, and I'm watching a coin auction on YouTube, yep, that's a thing, and someone was talking about a rare 1968 penny worth a small fortune. I had a mini freakout moment and ran to check mine. Spoiler alert, mine wasn't worth a fortune, but the point is, sometimes that one rare find is hiding in your junk drawer. And who knows, that 1973 D penny could be your ticket to the big leagues. Now, there are a few things to look for if you think you found one of these million-dollar beauties. First, check the mint mark on the coin. It should be right under the year, with a small d for Denver. Then, the condition, this is where things get tricky. If it's worn out or scratched up, it won't be bringing in the big bucks. You want a coin that looks nearly perfect, sharp details, no damage, and very little wear. And for the real enthusiasts out there, any unusual errors or die cracks can bump the price up even more. So, if you see something strange, hold on to it and get it checked out. Alright, so if you're now staring at your pennies with new hope in your eyes, don't rush off to the bank just yet. Make sure to do your research, check that mint mark, and keep those pennies in good shape. Because, let's face it, you never know, your next find could be worth a lot more than a cup of coffee. And hey, if you love this kind of info, I've got a whole vault of tips and tricks on coins worth money, and I'll be sharing more. So, hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to tap the notification bell. Trust me, you don't want to miss out on more coin tips and stories. Hey, what's up, coin collectors? Welcome back to the channel. Now, you know I've been talking a lot about those rare coins that can be worth more than your car, your house, and maybe even your vacation in a tropical paradise. But today, I'm about to drop a truth bomb on you. You've probably got a coin sitting around right now that's worth a whole lot of money, and no, I'm not talking about the spare change that's been hiding in your couch cushions. Today, we're talking about the 2020 D-Mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny. Yup, you heard that right, folks, a penny worth $1.60 million. I know, you're probably thinking, a penny? Seriously? Stick around because I've got some jaw-dropping info that'll make you start checking your pockets, and that change jar you've been ignoring. Alright, let's break this down. You've got a 2020 D-Mint mark penny. At first glance, it might look like your average penny, right? It's got Lincoln's face on it, just like the pennies you probably throw around like confetti at a New Year's party. But here's where things get juicy. This penny, if it's the right one, could be worth up to $1.60 million. How in the world does that happen? Well, here's the scoop. There are some seriously rare versions of the 2020 D penny, and they're valuable because of a little thing we call errors. Yeah, these little mistakes in the minting process can turn a run-of-the-mill coin into a collector's dream. In this case, there was a rare batch of 2020 D pennies that were released with a unique, almost flawless finish and some really cool details. The mint didn't intend for them to stand out, but when the right ones hit the market, collectors noticed and the rest was history. It's like this one time when I bought a second-hand jacket from a thrift store. It was a regular old jacket, nothing special, right? I wore it for months until one day, a friend of mine pointed out that it was actually a vintage designer piece from the 90s. I had been walking around looking like I just bought it off the clearance rack, and meanwhile, it was worth a few $100. Same vibe with these pennies, folks. You could be sitting on a gold mine and not even know it. What makes the 2020 D penny so special, aside from the fact that it's now worth more than most of our cars? Well, these pennies stand out because they're super clean, with the kind of fine details you'd expect from a rare coin. The minting errors are subtle but noticeable, and they make these coins highly sought after by collectors. If you manage to get your hands on one in mint condition, you could find yourself with a hefty chunk of change in your pocket. But before you rush to dig through every coin you've ever touched, let me clarify, not every 2020 D penny is going to be worth a fortune. It's like hunting for treasure, you gotta know what you're looking for. Look for imperfections or distinct characteristics, like the special finish or minting anomalies, and if you're not sure, it never hurts to consult with a professional grader. So there you have it, the 2020 D Lincoln penny. Who knew a simple penny, one that you probably found under your couch cushions, could be worth a jaw-dropping $1.6 million, right? This just goes to show that you never know where the next big score could come from. It could be in your pocket right now, in that change jar, or at the bottom of your purse, before you go out and start hoarding every penny you see. Trust me, you're gonna get some strange looks at the grocery store. Make sure to do your research and check out those rarities. And hey, if you want to keep learning about coins worth big bucks and how you can spot them, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I'm always dropping tips, tricks, and stories to help you make your coin collection the best it can be. So, what are you waiting for? Go check your change, and let me know in the comments if you find a treasure. Hey there, coin hunters. Imagine this, you're sifting through your pocket change, looking for quarters to feed a parking meter, and bam! You spot a penny. A regular OL penny. Or so you think. What if I told you that little copper coin could be worth a jaw-dropping $1.7 million? Yep, you heard that right, a single 2017 D Abraham Lincoln penny could change your life forever. Stick around, because today, I'm breaking down how this coin became a millionaire maker, and you'll want to know how to spot one for yourself. And now, let's get into the juicy details. The 2017 D penny might look like any other penny. Abraham Lincoln's profile, the D mint mark, and the usual copper-plated finish. But the devil is in the details, my friends. What makes this coin so special is a rare minting error that collectors are willing to pay big bucks to own. This isn't just any ordinary error, it's one of those blink and you miss it mistakes. The coin has a double die error on the obverse side. If you look closely, certain features, like the date or the "In God We Trust" motto, appear slightly doubled. It's subtle, but for seasoned collectors, it's like spotting a unicorn in a field of horses. And now, here's the crazy part. I learned about this coin the hard way. Let me tell you a quick story. One day, I was cleaning out my car, because who doesn't have a small fortune in loose change rolling around in their cup holders? I came across a shiny 2017 D penny and thought, cool, it's in great condition. But did I check it for errors? Nope. I spent it on a candy bar. A month later, I found out a similar penny sold at auction for, you guessed it, $1.7 million. Talk about a bittersweet moment. The candy bar wasn't even that good, so how can you avoid my mistake? First, grab a magnifying glass or use your phone's camera to zoom in on the coin. Inspect the date, the mint mark, and the lettering for any signs of doubling. Next, check the coin's condition. Coins in pristine, uncirculated condition are far more valuable. Finally, if you think you've struck gold, well, copper, consult a professional coin grader to verify its authenticity. Alright, folks, now it's your turn to go treasure hunting. Who knows? That dusty jar of coins on your kitchen counter could hold the key to your financial freedom. So, next time you see a 2017 D penny, take a closer look. You might just be staring at $1.70 million. And before you dash off to dig through your spare change, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I'm here to help you uncover hidden gems in your pocket change, share tips on building your collection, and, hey, maybe even save you from spending a fortune on a candy bar like I did. Hi there, treasure hunters. Imagine this: you're digging through your couch cushions looking for spare change to grab a soda, and bam! You find a penny worth $1.3 million. Yep, you heard that right, a penny that could buy you a mansion, a yacht, or, okay, at least a whole lot of tacos. Welcome back to the channel where we talk about the coins hiding in your pocket that could change your life. Today, we're diving into the story of the 1982 D Lincoln penny, a small copper beauty that packs a $1 million punch. If you've ever tossed pennies aside thinking they're worthless, stick around because this story might just make you a millionaire, alright? So let's break it down. Why on earth would anyone pay $1.3 million for a penny? Well, the 1982 D Lincoln penny is no ordinary coin. It's like the Beyoncé of pennies, rare, flawless, and absolutely iconic. Here's the scoop. In 1982, the US Mint made a big change. They switched from using mostly copper to zinc for pennies because copper prices were skyrocketing. So, pennies minted that year came in two versions, copper and zinc. The 1982 D penny we're talking about is one of the few copper pennies from the Denver Mint that slipped through the cracks when they were supposed to switch to zinc. Think of it as a minting mistake that turned into a $1 million miracle, but here's the catch: it's not just about being copper. To hit that $1.3 million price tag, this penny needs to be in pristine condition, like it's never even seen a vending machine. One of these gems was auctioned for $1.3 million because of its rarity and flawless appearance. Now, let me tell you a quick story. A few years ago, I found a jar of coins in my grandma's attic. I thought, this is it, I'm retiring early. I spent hours inspecting each coin under a magnifying glass, pretending to be Indiana Jones on a treasure hunt. Did I find a rare penny? Nope. But I did learn that patience is not my strong suit, so, what's the moral of the story? Check your change, people. That jar of coins in your closet or the pennies rattling around in your car could be your ticket to a life-changing payday. Who knows? The next time you're about to pay with a penny, it might just be a $1.3 million mistake you're handing over. If you enjoyed this little treasure hunt, smash that subscribe button and join our growing community of coin enthusiasts. I'll be back with more stories, tips, and tricks to help you find hidden gems in your pocket change. And hey, don't forget to like this video and share it with your fellow penny pinchers. Who knows, you might just help someone discover their $1 million penny. Until next time, keep searching, stay curious, and remember, every penny counts. Literally. See you in the next video.